Hi, I'm Lori Bossum from A Balanced Life, Greenville, South Carolina. And this is my very favorite mindfulness of all time on self-compassion. So you'll want to find a comfortable place to sit where you can have both feet on the floor. And you'll want to do this mindfulness with your eyes closed. If your mind drifts off, as your mind is trained to do, just refocus your attention on the sound of your breathing and then on the sound of my voice. Enjoy the journey. So as you're seated in your comfortable chair with both feet firmly planted on the ground, I want you to close your eyes and start to focus in on your breathing. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths, following the course of breath as it travels in and out. In and out. All that matters right here, right now, in this moment is the in and out of your breathing. If you lose focus at any point during this mindfulness, just bring your attention back to the sound of my voice as soon as you've noticed that your mind has wandered off. And gently, without judgment, just refocus your attention on the in and out of your breathing. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths, settling into this mindfulness. Now I want you to imagine, while you're breathing in and out, that through the magic of mindfulness, you've been transported into the future. But not just into any future, but into your future. In fact, you're seeing yourself as 105 years old, and with all the wisdom and the learning and the pain and sorrow and joy and happiness that comes from living to the age of 105. And while your body may not be what it used to be, your mind is full of so much time of learning, of wisdom, of understanding this thing called life. And just as you're breathing in and breathing out, become aware of what that feels like to have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the world, of life, and how it works. In pain, in suffering, in joy, in happiness, in times in between. And just settle into that feeling, that place of 105-year-old wisdom. All the while breathing in and out. In and out. And as you're sitting, observing and taking in this 105 years of your life, you suddenly hear a knock at the door. And you know who's on the other side. And so you get up as quickly as you can and shuffle over to the door with a beatific smile on your face and joy and happiness in your heart. And when you open the door, you're not surprised because it's yourself at their current age. And your eyes light up and your smile widens as you look at this person that you once were. It fills your heart with joy, with happiness, but also with pain and sorrow, because you understand what this life is all about. You know you have the wisdom of 105 years of living. And this person, this current you, looks at the 105-year-old you with question in their eyes. And you know what they want. They want a little piece of your 105-year-old wisdom. And you are more than happy to extend a hand and take their hand or hands in yours and talk to them about this wisdom. Now I want you to imagine that your 105-year-old self is looking lovingly into your eyes as they are currently. Eyes filled with question, with pain, with joy, but also so wanting to live their best life too. And I want you to imagine the questions that at your current age you might want the answers to from your 105-year-old self. All the while breathing in and out. And your 105-year-old self is looking at you with compassion, with total love, with total acceptance, with an open heart and an open mind, with generosity, with caring, with nurturing. And imagine what your 105-year-old self might say to you with all of their wisdom and love and caring to the current you, to the questions that you struggle with in your life right here, right now. What would your wise 105-year-old self say to the current you about things that get in your way, thoughts that limit you, fears that you might have, the things you worry about? And just notice how much love is in the eyes of you at 105, looking at the current you of your age today. And know that this 105-year-old self truly is only invested in helping you to find your way, to live the kind of life that you want to live according to your personal beliefs and values, to live a life of love, a life of caring, a life of truth, And just notice what it feels like to be in the presence of your 105-year-old self. All the while breathing in and out. In and out. And now your 105-year-old self is getting tired. And although they don't want to, they have to bid your current self farewell. For now only. Because you can come back to the wisdom of your 105-year-old self anytime that you would like. That wisdom is inside of you now. You can tap into that with just a thought. That's one of the most important things that your 105-year-old self told you, is that you already have everything you need, that you are enough, that just because of who you are enough. And so you take one more look into the 105-year-old's eyes as you kind of slowly shut the door. And notice what feelings come up for you as you're now on the other side of the door at your current age, but with the wisdom, the love, the understanding, the caring that your 105-year-old self has shown you. And know that you can keep that inside of you. And whenever you find the need, think about what your 105-year-old self would tell you. And now you're walking further away from the door until you come back to the seat where we started this mindfulness. Your feet planted firmly on the ground, your eyes shut, listening to the sound of my voice as you breathe in and out, in and out. And now, as a point of wrapping up this mindfulness, I'm going to count back from 5 to 1. And when we get to 1, we'll refocus our attention in the room where you began, knowing that you can go back to that place of wisdom, of understanding, of love, anytime that you'd like. It's already inside of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope you enjoyed that mindfulness as much as I enjoyed facilitating it. Remember that you can always tap into the wisdom of your 105-year-old self. It's all within you. If you have questions, comments, or would like to schedule an appointment, feel free to email me or call me directly. In the meantime, be well.